Hi, it's Jez here from Nigezza.co.uk. Thank you for joining me today. And today is I'm going to show you the tutorial for the Pootlers blog hop that I did yesterday. And so in preparation for the blog hop, I made a prototype. So this is a box. This is retired Christmas paper, and it holds 14 cards. So it's just a magnetic closure there, decorated with a little bit of ribbon so it all matches. And I did a one sheet wonder and made 14 cards, and this box holds all 14 cards plus 14 envelopes as well. So my idea was that I would make a few of these and have them different themes. So this one's Christmas, and I'm going to do the one for the blog hop is out of butterfly, Botanical butterfly. So I'm going to do birthday cards, and then I thought I'd do a box which had masculine cards, maybe a box with thank yous, etc. So that they would all look pretty, lined up, and then my other half, if he needs a card, will easily be able to find one. Well, that's the theory anyway. So I will do, I'm going to show you how I made the box, but I'm just going to do a flick through the cards so that you can see them. A couple of them are the same. Some I just changed where I put the sentiment on that one. These have all got exactly the same sentiment for ease. That's the only one where I did a sort of triangle. Most of them are using rectangles of different sizes. So they've all got a sizable piece of DSP, and the DSP is all matted. And then we had a couple of little scraps left over, and I created these with a couple of little scraps, and I embossed the cards for these because I felt it needed a little bit of something else. So those are the cards that I made out of the prototype, and I'm going to do the same cutting format. But this was a directional pattern, so I'm going to use some paper that hasn't got a directional pattern, so you do get a little bit more sort of variation of how you can place your pieces if you haven't got a directional pattern. Okay, so let me show you the paper. So we've got Botanical butterfly. So they're one side of it's black and white. So you've got some with butterflies, some that are just with patterns. That I love. Imagine colouring that with blends. Beautiful. And then the other side is patterns. So we've got two that are like two-tone of a single colour, and then we've got ones that are just beautifully done, like so. Lovely butterflies there. These butterflies punch out with a punch, and I have done a card where I've done the punching out. These will also punch out with the butterfly punch as well. So this one takes the big one, this one takes the little one. So I've decided for my one sheet wonder that I'm going to use this sheet here, because this is just stunning and beautiful, and why not get as many cards as possible out of it. Okay, so I'm going to speed it up whilst I cut out my pieces. So I've got the panels cut out, and so I'm using the colours that's in here. So that's Daffodil Delight, Grapefruit Grove, Balmy Blue, Highland Heather, and Lemon Lime Twist. And I've got the ribbons that match those, which are also a celebration. So we'll be combining all of those. So I'm going to cut out my panels, and I shall mix up the different colours as I go. Okay, so I'm going to speed that up whilst I cut these out. So that's the panels cut out. So what I've got to do is stick these all down to the cutouts. These diagonal ones, I do make them slightly bigger and then trim them off the edge. That's just how I find them easiest to do. So I've sorted them out in the different colours with the panels, and I'm going to, before I stick them down, I'm going to add a bit of ribbon to some of them and then stick it down like so. So I'm going to do that whilst I speed it up. So that's all the panels stuck on, and what you can do, which I haven't done with this, is you can gut these, you could cut out the matting out the back of these for the sentiment that you're going to put on, but I haven't done that. Okay, so they're all stuck together. I've not done the scrap bits yet because I think I'm going to have some scraps left over when I make the box, so I'm probably going to do that card or cards afterwards. So now it's a matter of getting my card blanks, and I'm going to emboss some of them with the subtle embossing folder as well, and so I'll get those ready and start putting the cards together. So I've taken some extra thick Whisper White, scored a sheet down the middle and then cut in half and folded in half. So these are going to be the card bases, and I am going to use my subtle folder, embossing folder, to emboss some of the cards. I'm not going to do all of them, I'm going to do some of them. So I'm going to get some of those embossed and come back to you. So I have embossed these ones and not embossed these ones, and so I'm just going to stick the panels down. So whilst I'm doing that, I will once again speed it up. So all of these are going to be birthday cards. I'm going to do it simply, and I think I've done a one sheet wonder with this before, where I've just used the 2-inch circle punch and the starburst punch, and it just makes it much easier and much quicker to bang them out if you're using the same punches and the same sentiment. And I'm taking the Happy Birthday from Happy Birthday Gorgeous because that fits nicely in the 2-inch punch, and then the butterflies that I've used before that I punched out of the sheet of DSP that's got them in makes a nice little accent there on the Happy Birthday. So I'm going to put the different colours together so that I know which ink pad that I need to use and how many. So I need 2 more Highland Heathers. So I'm going to, on a sheet of Whisper White, I'm going to be, seem to have 2 sheets there, I'm going to be doing the stamping, ready to be chopped out. So I've got it all mounted and I've got my inks ready. So I'm going to do 2 more Highland Heather and then work through the colours. So I will be speeding it up once again. So I don't really notice the mistake I've made there was they are too, well, that one's all right, but the other two are too close to the edge of the paper to be, those didn't stamp right, and then when I've re-stamped them they're too close to the edge, so I'll have to redo those ones. So I'm going to carry on and do that and then come back to you. So I've done all the sentiments on the starbursts already for the cards, and I've been cutting out the butterflies. And so, just in case you haven't seen my previous video, I cut round all the butterflies on the DSP and then use some scrap to give yourself something to hold on to so that you can put the butterfly in there and punch it out. If you don't cut it out of the DSP, then you will lose part of the butterfly next to it because this is a double punch, and so if that was still in the DSP, that little butterfly would be cutting out part of the butterfly next to it, and you want to get as many butterflies out of your DSP as possible. So there we have it. That's how we cut our butterflies out. So now it's a matter of assembling them, and depending on which side I've stuck the panel will depend on which side I want the butterfly. So on this one it wants to be that side, but on this one we want to stick it on that side. So I shall go through and do that, but let me just show you how I give my butterfly some life. So I just use my bone folder and fold it that way, and then I just curl the ends of the wings that way, and then got a bit of glue on that one, let me just take it off. And then I'm just going to use, you could use a glue dot, I'm just going to do a quick bit of Tombow on there to hold it in place, and then some dimensionals on the back to stick it on the card. And it really doesn't take very long when you're doing each section as a batch. A nice way to spend a couple of hours putting these together. And that's another one done. So I shall continue to do that, and I'll speed it up whilst I'm doing it. And there we have it, all the cards, all ever so slightly different. And I think they're really pretty. I hope you do too. So now we just need to make the box, and I think I might do a part 2. So that's all the cards, and I have got some scraps left, which I might make another one after I've made the box. Okay, so tune into part 2 where I will show you how to do the boxes. So don't forget to pop over to my blog, nigezza.co.uk, and I will have a link there to the blog hop, so don't forget to check that out. Okay, see you soon in part 2.